was built to last with the webs I'm weaving. I could change the past with all I'm achieving. Got my foot on the gas, never stop competing. If you break like glass, then this life's gonna end.
I wanna be the best in the game, invest in my name. Check no restraints, I'm obsessed with the pain. I ingest, I retain, assess and I change. Possessed by the thought I'll be free one day from society's restraints. Money, clout and fame, mud, disease, a plague. We all love to hate, have to play the game, have to make a name. All our insecurities are on display. This is war with the enemy, think that it was meant to be. Living in a time where disease is on every screen. I won't let them fester me, I know most are festering. Negativity is a plague for the mentally weak. No mercy, all I got is working. Never stop searching, never quench the thirsty. I'm toxic and psychotic, with this logic you can't stop it. It's been chronic since I was a boy, so neurotic and chaotic. I was built to last with the webs I'm weaving. I could change the past with all I'm achieving. Got my foot on gas, never stop competing. If you break like glass, then this life's gonna eat 'em. Make mistakes real fast, then you learn how to beat 'em. If you take off the gas, you can see all the healing. If the pain's in the past, move on from the grieving. Put your foot on the gas, no, never stop competing. Yeah.
Blast off.
Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth, can't put me down, I'll be getting loud. You can have it douse, not what I'm about, have your cloud, it be raining now. I keep making sound, go another round, I'm legend bound, can't stop me now.
You don't wanna fuck with me, a slow burn like a disease. Just tell me that I can and I'll show you things that you couldn't believe. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can.
Anything negative, cause I just wanna hear it out your mouth, yeah. Give me fuel, it's a tool that I use to go ahead and run my mouth, yeah. I take shots, I take loss, I make shots, I miss lots. That's how you get big box, you get yachts, you swing lots and pop off a big shot. I ain't done chasing, got big dreams, bigger things, impatient. Who's at the top think they need replacement? Who's at the top think I'm gonna erase them? Face it, I don't give up quick, I don't give up, I won't give up this. Cause I know that I want it, know that I'm on it, I'll make it, I promise.
You don't wanna fuck with me, a slow burn like a disease. Just tell me that I can and I'll show you things that you couldn't believe. Just tell me that I can. 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 Just tell me
Dash League Nation, it has all come down to this. Welcome to the stream. My name's Goose. We're here for the Dasher tier finals. I'm joined by Not Gollum. What's up, dude?
Hey, I'm looking forward to this.
Man, this is gonna be a great one. And these two teams coming in here are no strangers to each other. They've faced each other a few times this season, so this is going to be quite the exciting match. I'm sure both of these teams are looking to get their revenge, so to say, and get this match rolling.
That's right. They've had plenty of opportunities to practice against each other throughout this season, just with the way that matches have been sorted back and forth. These teams, very experienced and top of the line, have had several opportunities to try and guess out each other's strategies and lineups, and a lot of that is going to come to a head here in map 1 of the finals, which is going to be starting shortly. We're going to have to wait for all 5 players of each team to get into the lobby to finish up their initial talks, and then we will get started with that first map. Who is in the lobby thus far, Goose? Go ahead and read out those names.
I don't want to spoil it. We're gonna have a full, we're gonna have a full lineup reveal coming up. But we do have 4 from each team in here right now. So just missing 1 on each team, and we can get this on the road.
So that being said, when it comes to this first map, which is Canyon, we will be doing a giveaway. Throughout these casts, we have several items to give away. We will be in between maps, listing what the next item will be and leaving time for all of you to leave comments or have a chance to put your name on a randomizer for who is going to get a key. But what we'll start with for this first map is, who do you think is going to win, and what are the percentages going to be? Whoever gets the closest will get a chance at a Breacher's VR key.
Ooh.
That is either for Quest or for Steam VR. Breachers.
Oh, snap.
So, however, before you make your guess, there will be a start and there will be a stop. So between those 2 messages from the Dash League channel in the chat, that is the grace period for you to be doing your guesses. So wait for that start signal, wait for that stop signal.
And if you are a little bit confused here, I will go ahead and put up. Boom, there we go.
Yeah, there you go. Go ahead and read off those rules. Start guessing. Once
All right.
the Dash League account types the start guessing in chat, viewers are encouraged to predict the outcome of the next map. Number 2, you end guessing. Predictions will be accepted until the Dash League account types end guessing in chat. Any guesses after this, not counted. Keep that in mind. Number 3, winner selection. A winner will be chosen after the map is completed. Number 4, claiming the prizes. Winners, please message the caster on Discord to collect your prizes. Either that is going to be Goose or Willow, who may be playing in these playoffs here. So after the match, he can coordinate those prizes with y'all.
Absolutely.
But as you can see, there are several game keys, and if y'all want to go back and look at those lists, you are welcome to, but we will be revealing which key is available at each part throughout the cast.
All right, so an exciting development. We have all 10 players in here. So we're going to go ahead and do our lineup reveal starting right now. Here we go. All right, so starting off on the AESR side, we've got Shout coming in here. We've got Sugar, we've got Baron, we've got 4, we've got Hog Rider 673. And over on the life side, we've got Castle, we've got Iconic, we've got Evil Pancake, we've got Taser, and F2P. You knew these teams are going to be stacked on both sides. And this is only the first map. Who knows if they'll change it up after this. but I am so excited to see these teams come together right now.
These guys are absolutely top of the line for this season. Shout has really come into his own. He's been a captain of several teams throughout his Dash League career, but here on AESR, this is a top-tier team for sure that he is going to be leading the charge for, coordinating with. Players like Baron and Hog Rider are excellent, very fast, very aggressive, and that is exactly what you want to see in Hyperdash. Sugar and IV also have been constantly improving and reached a very high level of skill by this point in the season. IV actually going to be sharing Wi-Fi with Shout. They are brothers. So interesting how that dynamic works out, but I'll be looking forward to seeing what sort of defense they're going to be setting up here on Canyon as the red team. Meanwhile, Blue, Life, Castle, another very experienced captain, has been around for a long time and been on other Dasher teams, such as Onyx in the past, or on D even. Iconic, Evil Pancake, Taser, F2P, all excellent players. Many of you know their names already and know to fear them. Taser, very accurate. Their headshot accuracy especially is what sets him apart. So be on the lookout for that, all of you looking to improve your skills. Taser is a good example of how aiming for the head is so important. Iconic has, by skill level, really been in contention with top-tier players like Evil Pancake, been on the rise. Traditionally, you'd expect somebody like Koala or Evil Pancake to very easily take an MVD spot, the most valuable Dasher spot. But as the seasons progress and as players like Iconic continue to improve, that seems like a possible switch-up in the top tier of players, but we get the okay signal from both teams here, the thumbs up and the points, and get into the match.
And we're probably going to want to start guessing.
Yes. Yes, we are.
All right. Let's see what red team is bringing out here. Looks like Sugar is holding back a little bit.
And already a 0.2% for Life. That's hilarious. Oh, you get a hand raise. Okay, well, I guess good timing for the starting of guessing. We are restarting the first map. That is a good use of the hand signal. Not sure what sort of issue is going on here. But in the meantime, while we work to figure it out, get your guesses in the chat. The start has begun for your chance at a Breacher's VR key. A little bit of looking around and confusion here between the two teams. I'm really curious what's going on. Was it?
Yeah,
was
I was.
sort of disconnect?
I was about to say. I wish we had like some communications with the captains that we could like chime in and see what's going on. It looks like they're discussing something. So maybe one of their players is laggy, or I don't know. Oh, well, they're making a player tower.
This is when a mic'd up situation would be perfect.
Oh, and it looks like Hog Rider.
Hog Rider is out of the lobby. Well, I guess something happened with Hog Rider there. That is a good use of the hand signal, though. Right away, before any actual action begins, raising your arms. I guess that kind of explained the subpar positioning that AESR had at the beginning. They must have been talking about something and realizing they needed to raise their hands because Hog Rider was not there. I can think of one other match that's happened this season where something similar went down, where right on the opener, the player was gone, frankly. But it wasn't until the map had actually started that had occurred and that had been realized. So, big deal if Hog Rider's not able to get back into the lobby.
And it looks like he is.
Here he is. He's just on the wrong team. What did Evil Pancake do? Okay, there we go. So be sure you get your guesses in for that Breacher's key. I will be stopping the guessing soon.
Hey, everybody out there, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So if you want that breacher's key, go ahead and throw a prediction in the chat there before we stop it.
No matter how educated your guess might be, it is a guess after all. Odds says Acer will win 5,000% yes. All right, and the guessing is going to stop in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
And here we go.
There we go, 5 seconds on the clock. Taser taking a cheeky little corner here. Life on red, Acer on blue. And Taser guarding that with his teammate up on the wall. F2P ready to jump in at a moment's notice. They're going for a very defensive hold, letting Acer move the cart out and potentially try and catch them in an overextension. Taser goes in for the kill, misses shot after shot, but still manages to live until Baron comes around. That was a good assault by the team in red, but an excellent defense out of Acer was the difference maker there, and why they're able to continue to hold this flanking position that F2P seems to want to move through so badly. Also interesting to see Iconic with the SMGs. I have not, maybe I just haven't been as locked into the life meta for Canyon, but I've not seen Iconic on the SMGs. He's taking a very patient role today while the rest of his teammates roll forward onto the cart. And they're very much emphasizing the importance of not letting Acer use that quick route to try and flank into the health room, which is exactly what Hog Rider went for, but Iconic, alongside his teammate, able to get that kill and survive. Good holding down this flank position and pushes forward Sugar. Good double kill out of Iconic, and now hopping onto the cart to secure it while his teammates try to follow up. Good cart stacking as well. He realizes the rest of his teammates are down and he needs to pull backwards, but as the cart gets cleared, he can slowly start to rotate back to a further away defensive position if his teammates can start following up on the cart, but he does not have that opportunity as Baron, with a good headshot there, manages to take him out, hopping onto the cart. A lot of this cart stacking out of red has really eaten into the potential push time that Acer has had. As soon as Acer hits that corner, that is when things get really, really rough for the team in blue. As soon as it takes 3 dashes from your spawn just to make it to the cart, that is when blue is going to struggle. And so it's typically you will see teams hit that corner and start to turn at that wall at about 4 minutes left. Good flanking out of IV, potentially giving an opening for his team to follow up, but I think Life might have some rockets somewhere that Baron may have just taken out. It's kind of difficult to tell with how high speed and high octane this match is, where exactly those key players are. Like F2P, I believe, is the one with the rockets that Shout was going for earlier. He takes his moment to peek. The cart currently not moving. They need to get those rockets down because F2P is such a tricky dasher that it is difficult to lock him down. No wonder Life is going to be keeping him on that key rocketeering position. Iconic setting up with the SMGs, but if you check on the minimap, there was a flanker for Acer, forcing Iconic into this more desperate position here in this health room, and the cart has started to make its way around that wall. So far, Acer has not given an opening for Life to try and push into their spawn, which normally is what you would like to do if you get into a strong hold as the team in red. Whereas on blue, you constantly want to be sending players through that flank, which Acer has been doing excellently and to some positive effect. Especially because F2P is the Rocketeer. As we saw just there, he doesn't even need to look at the cart to take things out. He is crazy fast and got fairly good judgment. His it seems like his rocket consistency maybe could use a little bit more to be desired, but that's just me speaking as a Rocketeer, you know. Survivability ultimately can be just as destructive as the actual rockets themselves. The threat of a Rocketeer is something strong, and Acer, having taken out those rockets, is going to use this moment to try and push the cart, but Iconic follow-up wins the team fight and delays them just enough that rockets are now set up for Life once again. Acer all grouped up because they all died so quickly at a similar time. But the more delayed this push gets, stronger.
That was a team wipe on Acer.
Hell yeah. Good pointing that out. Taser going for a flank position, going to try and disrupt a group up, takes out IV, gets skipped, and now he's just going to hold here, take out Sugar, who was not expecting him to stay there. The cart moves ever so briefly. Only a minute and a half left on the clock. It is not unexpected for teams to pre-check each other when they're relatively even skill here. But Acer, if they can get a little bit of cart movement in the next couple pushes, have an opportunity to actually make it through this checkpoint given their pace. It is a toss-up, ladies and gentlemen. And the Rockets have been taken out as well, took themselves out. Acer desperately trying to hop on that cart, but I think all of them got wiped out, and F2P is now back with the Rockets, grabbing that back dash, going to really try and play his life. He's been pressured beyond all belief, it looks like, and so is going to rely on his teammates to stack and prevent cart movement while waiting for those Rockets to show up. I don't think Acer knows where that Rocketeer is. We saw somebody dash past him. Good.
Oh no!
Movement out of F2P, but he takes himself out, and Acer's moving the cart, and Life tries to hop on. It gets a little bit of a delay here, just enough time for F2P to come back, but that was a key moment. 30 seconds on the clock, and Acer is almost through. Good kill on Sugar. I forgot to mention it earlier, but that pressure and that flank out of Hog Rider was very good. F2P was just too aware for that to have the desired effect. Perfect. 15 seconds on the clock, cart being held, Rockets are up. No Acer flanker in sight. They move down the main rail, get 2 kills. EP, Iconic, and Castle all taken out, all respawning. Acer does not have the dashes or the manpower to follow up on that forward pressure. Gets a double stack on cart. That is a delicious breakfast for a Rocketeer who gets an overtime kill, and Life holds just barely at the checkpoint. 50.55%. Very desperate, but also very coordinated, very skilled. Last second push out of Acer, just not quite able to make it because of those Rockets. And now it is Life's turn to push. They don't need to make it through the checkpoint. We are not playing with League payload. Keep that in mind, everybody in the audience. They just need to make it to where Acer did, and they will win this first map in the best of 5. So let's pay attention to how players on Acer are going to be setting up. We see Shout with Shocks. I don't remember if anybody on Life had Shocks on that initial opener. And all of Acer is going to be chilling in this room together. It doesn't look like anybody is really holding back that far. Very aggressive opener here. Good double kill by Shout, however, it's very early. And so a kill this early on for the team in red is not going to be as valuable for them as a kill for the team in blue because of how far those respawn distances are. It's an interesting difference in strategy seeing this hyper aggression out of Acer, which I think at this point in the season is what they are best known for and very skilled at. Oh, good double kill out of IV. I liked that headshot onto the cart, and the cart was delayed for a few seconds, still delayed, as Taser tries to follow up, misses a dash, and the rest of Life following up behind. Acer still has that forward presence in front of the cart, so Life can't overextend too much, but it looks like they have blue team has some control of that chaos area. Another follow-up onto the cart by IV clears it. This is actually a little bit devastating if this rate of destruction can be kept up by Acer against Life. Good bounce shot by Evil Pancake, taking out Sugar from who knows where. And following up on that rail, lots of rail riding on the side of Life. Can Life keep this consistency that they have started, this momentum that they have begun to bring back up? Good positioning out of Evil Pancake, going to make it very difficult for more than 1 or 2 Acer players at a time to get past him without trying to deal with him, and all of them, I'm sure, are at least a little bit intimidated by that name, by that accuracy. You see there, good kill, almost double kill in the flank. And good positioning by Castle, dancing around that cart, and the double stacking as well. Excellent use of that. They have noticed that Acer is not really grouping up, which you do need to do a little bit of on red. And also no rocket grabbing by the team in red thus far. I expect Shout might end up being the one to do that. But this hyper-aggressive strategy has brought them a decent amount of time. It looks like AESR is making a very similar pace to what, or Life, excuse me, is making a very similar pace to what AESR did at this point in the map. Good flank on the cart, not a lot of cart stacking though, that might bite them later. We saw Life were religiously cart stacking to try and prevent movement. When you have a red player on the cart is not going to move no matter how many blue players are on there. And that is going to hurt them because we saw how important it was for Life to be cart stacking earlier with that pre-check hold. If AESR can prevent Life from even getting to the cart in the first place, maybe that'll make a difference, but micro pushes have gotten Life a lot of ground even so far. If they notice that AESR is not stacking the cart, they can just continuously die on cart and get movement that way. They don't even need to get that many kills. Good movement. Clearly, Evil Pancake is recognizing that, and maybe one of his teammates was calling that out. Hog Rider is going to try and pull attention away from the cart, but still, some movement was gotten. Somebody on AESR needs to be stacking that cart. Good control of the health room for AESR, but we can see on the minimap that Life is getting ready to push forward, just trying to clear Hog out of that health room, and cart is moving 2.5 minutes left on the clock, and Life is flying down the main rail. Finally, some AESR players start to stack, but it's too little too late with Iconic still alive, still tearing things up, grabs the health, has a dash, gets taken out by Baron there, but the rest of his teammates now in position to follow up. Good kill by EP. Goes down. Good, taking out the flank by Sugar, now going to try and start some forward presence, prevent Life from grouping up since they got fully wiped here. Good kill on Evil Pancake, that's an important one. I'm sure he called that out. That is now 2 Life players taken down. And Taser following up with the shocks, knows that if he just switches things up and catches AESR unawares, maybe they can get some trick play here and not have to go through a saw. Good double kill by Taser. The rest of his teammates follow up. Nobody on AESR able to follow and stack the cart.
Wow.
Very well done.
All
Very
right.
well done.
Here we go with your end scores coming at you right now. All right, so Sugar,
Go ahead and read those scores.
yeah, Sugar swinging out with 37 kills, 33 deaths over on Acer, 4,800 score. Top score on Life, we got Evil Pancake, 43 kills, 40 deaths, 5,081 score. Hog Rider following Sugar up with 35 kills, 36 deaths, and Castle following up Evil Pancake with 38 kills and 36 deaths. Top kills goes to Iconic with 44. Outstanding.
Okay, very well done. As mentioned, as promised, we have our winner. I don't think anybody within the guessing period guessed it was going to be a double pre-check situation here. However, the one who got closest, just going by percentages, is going to be difficult to tell. Surf Fries guessed 96% Life, Acer gets 75. Grim guessed 95% Life, Acer gets 81%. Neither of those are pre-check guesses, but Grim's combined total is closer to the actual percentages achieved. Grim, congratulations.
Let's go.
You win that Breacher's Key.
Amazing. Also, just so you guys know, stick around after the game because we will be giving away some more prizes in some special ways coming up. So we'll get to that in a little bit. But it looks like we are moving on to Launchpad.
We're going for a double payload to start things
Yeah.
off.
Interesting strategy there. Get both payloads out of the way.
Mm-hmm. And then just go for the get into a domination mindset. After the double
Exactly.
payload is done, you're already warmed up for your coordination here. I think the big thing to watch out for that really bit Acer was not their offense. I think their offense was fairly good when they were playing on the blue side, and it's just the cart stacking out of Life. Really, more than any one particular thing, is what won the day. If Acer is going to kind of deconstruct how that last map went and try and make some changes, the amount of cart stacking and the coordination of it while they are the team in red is what I would expect they're going to try and change for this next map, if anything. Life, in the meantime, no particular notes here. I'm curious if they're going to switch anything up as far as who's a Rocketeer or whether to even have a Rocketeer. Those SMGs by Iconic were very destructive, but that's kind of become the classic meta for Canyon specifically. It's not quite as easy or convenient to set up double SMGs on the pre-check for Red Team on Launchpad, so I'm curious how the loadouts are going to work out for Life.
Absolutely.
And since we're in the lobby, going to be leaving that said time for teams to have their discussions, let's go ahead and soon start the guessing for a Fallout key.
Ooh.
Key. Very
Are we
exciting stuff.
talking about Fallout 4 VR?
We sure are.
That's exciting.
So correct me if I'm wrong. That is Steam only, correct?
Yes, that is Steam only. So no Oculus. So I mean, if
All you
if
Oculus
you
guessers, I'm sorry out there. Sorry.
I mean, you could still guess, and if you win it, you could just give it to somebody. That's an option.
Or we do have, as we mentioned earlier, those 3D prints. We have some alternative prizes. So those who only have Oculus, it is still worth trying to guess for this. We will be reaching out to everybody who wins a prize after the match has concluded. But still, if you only have Oculus, if you can't play Fallout VR, it is still worth trying to guess for this competition. We will make sure you get something out of it. Don't you worry.
Absolutely.
So we will.
Oh, we also need to say if
go ahead.
If you win one of the 3D prints and you are not in the US, unfortunately, we're gonna have to have you pick a different prize. We can't ship outside the US. It's just too expensive.
Specifically the 3D prints. We have some stickers,
Yes.
sticker packs that are possible to ship, and obviously anything digital is going to be shareable. That's not an issue. But specifically the prints for those outside the US, that will not work in this case. But I'm going ahead and starting the guessing in the chat. So as soon as you see that message in the chat, you may start your guesses here. And there we go. The guessing has begun for Launchpad.
Yeah. So what are some secrets to Launchpad that these teams are gonna be employing?
So, unlike Canyon, it is not a match of just who can destroy the other team while they have the extreme advantage the hardest. With Canyon, it is very one-sided in favor of Red. They have all the pickups in the world, all the dashes in the world. They have many health packs, whereas Blue on Canyon is desperately trying to make it out of their spawn. Meanwhile, on Launchpad, it's a bit more of an even tug of war, using that house to try and sneak by if you're more of a close-range player, or that long-range holds down the main rail, which I think Iconic and possibly Hog Rider, but definitely Evil Pancake are going to be looking out for, making use of. And so trying to coordinate your pushes as Blue through either the main rail path or the house, or if you have some specific combination. But coordinating those pushes, timing those pushes through those sightline blockers that are built into the map is going to be the key to trying to get your payload through the checkpoint. And this is a map where it is not uncommon for both teams to make it through the checkpoint, and typically the expectation in an even match is who can make it the furthest after the checkpoint. We see Baron is going to be opening up with the double SMGs down the main rail. You want double SMGs in a long sightline position where it's hard for them to be pressured, but sometimes very accurate shots out of players like Evil Pancake can overcome even fairly decent double SMGs, and that is a huge blow for the defensive AESR. Hog Rider going for a flank, but Castle splitting up with his teammate to make it so Hog couldn't focus both of them down with his very fast fire rate, and Life gets an early double stack here, tries to set up some forward pressure, but AESR as an entire team, as a unit, is very good at getting behind enemy lines and pulling attention in multiple directions. It is on Life to try and stay organized and not lose focus of that payload here. Castle is holding down the main rail and trying to protect his buddy on the cart. They have given up the double stacking. They realize that Acer has the potential to push past that front line. But Acer so far not able to push past that front line that I was mentioning earlier. F2P and Iconic and Evil Pancake absolutely destroying, especially Evil Pancake and F2P. And now Iconic 5 and 2. I was about to mention the kill count, but Iconic has gotten up as well. Evil Pancake 8 and 3 on an absolute tear for the team in blue. Also not afraid of riding the cart when his teammates are not there. Important to recognize that everybody should be able to ride the objective. And the cart has peeked out.
Ooh. Doing a little trading there.
And that's right. And I'm still surprised, actually. Acer has not really gotten much of a hold on the cart. They've not fully cleared out the Life presence until right about now. They might just be able to. Life's trying to get some last-minute pushing there while the rest of the team groups up. Iconic not quite able to secure that kill. Does finally take out Sugar, and some rockets are set up for Acer. Life trying to go for a clear before they move the objective. But Baron takes out Iconic there, and now going to try and turn around while Castle rides the cart and moves it forward. Good by Sugar to take out Castle there. Now it's a 1v2 situation for Taser that is not very favorable at this level of play. Baron trying to set up on the health pack, but taken out by Evil Pancake, not able to grab health in time because both charge shots hit at the same time. Acer finally getting a hold here. 3 minutes left on the clock. It seems fairly certain, unless Acer can really switch something up or Life starts to drop the ball, that they're going to make it through checkpoint. It's just how much time can Acer eat up until then. I've noticed a little bit more cart stacking by Acer on this map, and some excellent headshots by Baron in particular that have made a huge difference. But Castle not losing heart, staying focused on moving that objective, which is exactly what you want to do. Hog Rider barely left alive. Knew Iconic was going to pop out, tried to pre-fire some bullets onto him because he knew he was not going to survive that interaction. Iconic brought down by IV, who is now chilling in the house room. A little bit more of a settled down couple seconds for both the red and blue teams. Good job taking out F2P. IV now going to go on the offensive, relying on his teammates to keep holding the cart. But Life is moving while Ivy was not there. They needed that one more player to come back. And Life got a little bit of movement here. Ivy deciding to turn around and return to his teammates while F2P is dancing around like a madman, somehow managing to live for longer than I would have expected. And longer than I expect can still only be a couple seconds, but in this game, a couple seconds means everything. Good double kill by Sugar there. That streak ended by Iconic, who grabs the health just in time, tries to go for a peek. His teammate follows up on the objective, and rockets are set up, but the cart is moving. Shout, taken out, no more rockets. Iconic hiding inside of Sugar. Sugar realizes it, finally gets that kill there. That has to go on a highlight blooper reel, whatever reel. I want to see that again at some point in the future. That was funny. And now Sugar going on the offensive, trying to lock down that main rail, but Iconic not going to let him, not going to let up the pressure. That is Life right now. They realize the momentum is in their favor, but I think you can... Oh, good shields out of Taser. If not for Hog Rider's accuracy and fire rate, I think that might have actually gotten them through the checkpoint, or at least gotten some space for the rest of Life to follow up, like they are doing now, making it through the checkpoint. Almost 1 minute left, 39%.
There it is.
We're looking for that 40%. No, not quite a checkpoint just yet. Okay, there we go. There we go. 7 minutes even on the clock. That just made it through. Taser going for a clear. New Shout was hiding in the back lines. Thinks maybe one more player might be back there. No, just going to focus on the objective here. And some double stacking. That's exactly what you want to do. Meanwhile, in the triangle room is most of the battle. Hog Rider trying to go for that dash, but realizes he just needs to move forward, let one of his teammates take it. He is moving along with Shout there, going to put some pressure on the cart, lets his teammate take the bullets for him, and ends up annihilated by Castle there, who returns back to his objective, nice and safe and cozy, along with his teammate Taser. The rest of Life also taken out. There's no real forward presence besides that one player we see on the minimap who's moving back and forth between Triangle and the cart. Life staying very focused on that objective, not going to lose focus or overextend. They know AESR is the type of team that is going to punish an overextension and a disorganization very well. They thrive in the chaos. They may have strategy, they may have roles, but I think if you were to go like role for role, individual like skill and awareness and ability, for individual skill, awareness, and ability, AESR is going to thrive when it's just an absolute slugfest. And Life, being well aware of that, is going to try and stay together, keep locking down those sight lines, not go for any sort of over-disruption, take that dash when it's available, shout, put some pressure on the cart, doesn't end up getting any actual hits, but does stop the cart from moving, decides to follow up as soon as his teammate is there to support him. Evil Pancake now riding the objective, has that long-range fire, but not able to get any kills or any dashes because his teammates keep taking out those players he's about to go for before he can get for them. He's got a dash pickup from the Triangle Room, but Shout, barely winning that fight, does get taken out by the follow-up of Taser and Castle, who are still double-stacking that cart. Still 5 minutes on the clock. The cart has yet to stop. This seems like a repeat of the pre-checkpoint rate of movement of that objective. One brief stop, and that is basically it. The cart is still riding down that main rail. Hog Rider finally with the follow-up is going to try and prevent a group push by Life. If he can get that second kill, no, he can't. That would have been a huge difference maker if he got even just 2 kills on that offensive push. Looks like AESR is starting to set up here, but it's nothing comfortable just yet. F2P eating up a lot of time and attention, preventing AESR from disrupting, and now the cart is moving pretty comfortably once again. Good double kill out of Iconic as well. Very important that Life lock down that Triangle Room and keep grabbing that dash, because as you can see, AESR keeps wanting to go for it, trying to flank that cart. Life knows that AESR really wants to flank that objective, doesn't want to take it head on when players like Castle and Taser are riding it. And we see just how effective that flank can be when it works out for AESR, because 4 got that clear on the cart, got that dash, almost got a health, ended up going down, but AESR holding that Triangle Room is going to be very important for them. F2P going for a flank of his own, gets spotted by Baron, just barely surviving that interaction, able to take him out, but this seems like a little bit more of a breather scenario for AESR, finally. It may be too little too late, but you typically expect teams to be held between the 85 and 87% mark if all things are even. We have seen some amazing holds at this point in the map, but thus far it's not looking great. AESR not quite able to stay organized. Meanwhile, Life has all 5 players around the objective. IV going for another flank, trying to cut off the returning Life players coming down that main rail, but if he can't secure a kill, or his teammate can't secure a kill, there we go. Good kill on Evil Pancake. That is a very important one, taking him out. Iconic moving down the main rail. Does not end up getting a dash from killing Baron, but Hog Rider trying to pull a little bit of attention there. No, Sugar pulling some attention there. Does go down. All of Life is grouped up, and AESR is not putting the pressure that they need to prevent Life from grabbing those dashes and going for a disruption. The cart is moving. Castle is out of dashes, but he's exactly where he wants to be, alongside F2P. 1 player on Life at a time, following up on that objective, and still 1 player left alive. Finally going down to IV. F2P seems like the designated survivor for Team AESR, and Shout, trying to switch anything up at all, is grabbing rockets and going to be holding back a little bit. They're going to try and let Life push into them, but in a more controlled manner. I think a lot of what's been going wrong for AESR thus far is letting Life group up just a little bit too much, not committing to the disruption quite as much as they need to. Finally, that is really starting to change. We've seen 1 or 2 players at a time following up on that Triangle Room pressure by the team in red, but now with Shout having rockets and able to pop out of nowhere at a moment's notice, as long as one of his teammates is ready to maybe stack on cart or call out when somebody is pushing down main rail, like we saw just there. If you paid attention to the minimap, you saw somebody was moving down and Shout popped out at the moment that they would have made it to the cart, but their teammate did take him out. Again, checking at the minimap, AESR starting to lose control of that Triangle Room. Shout misses one of the rockets. and does not get that kill. His teammate got it instead, and the Rockets are now down. Life absolutely going to be calling that out, but good double kill out of Hog Rider there. Clears the objective. Still no Rockets for Acer just yet, but it is looking like they may be able to prevent Acer from getting around that corner there, which is a very important marker because the shield on the front of the cart can protect the team in blue from the respawning red players from killing them, which is a lot of how Acer has been able to recover the cart when Life is pushing. The cart does finally get wiped, but Iconic going to follow up on this pressure. Sugar takes him out. Very important kill there, not just because it's Iconic, but because that was the forward presence that Life would have piggybacked off of to group up in and around Triangle Room and really push that cart towards the 100% mark. 30 seconds left on the clock. Some Acer players in the Triangle Room, other ones respawning and holding the cart. Sugar really wants that dash to go for a flank, but I think he just needs to pop out right now. 20 seconds on the clock, just barely misses that flanking Life player, and now is going to pop up behind the objective. A little bit of cart movement by Castle. Sugar finally popping up. Taser is still alive with that one shotgun, does finally go down, and now it is going to be overtime pushing by Life. You can see on the minimap they are positioning for an overtime push. If you can get on or right next to the cart as blue, the timer will keep resetting. That is exactly what Life is going for now. Just a couple seconds left on the clock. Hog Rider getting that last kill. That is going to be the end of this push by Life, making it to 93.70%. A high mark, a high bar for Acer to try and overcome, but let's see how they do when we switch sides.
All right.
Prepare to start.
So it looks like F2P is going to be picking up. Well, he's waiting for the dash. Didn't exactly see what he picked up.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to want to show his hands. He likes to stay cool, relaxed, collected, which to some extent is a lesson you can take from this game, that despite how high pace and octane it is, staying relaxed, both in your mind and your body, can help improve your gameplay, your dashing, your accuracy with all two of those things. And F2P is a good example of excellent movement and positioning. But Acer does get an early clear here, besides one player left alive that we see on the minimap who's going on a rampage. Iconic 4-kill streak and still alive. Finally, Iconic goes down to Hog Rider. But that was a good clear on the cart. And the rest of Life is able to follow up and actually regain control of the house. We don't see that very often once a near full clear has happened, but Castle following up, going to be holding this health because he was one shot, does go down, gets spotted by IV, and Acer needs to be stacking this cart as much as they possibly can to try and make the same time that Life did. If they can make it, if they can make this pre-checkpoint at a better pace than Life, then they might have a chance of making it to that 93.7% that we saw earlier. IV going to be not letting EP or that other player make it through that house. A triple kill for Iconic, or for IV, excuse me, all these names bouncing around. IV is on a 5-kill streak here, looking for number 6, is out of bullets, but does take out Taser with the end of his clip. We saw a little bit of celebration there. I'm sure he is yelling into his microphone. However, if you remember, Life was very consistent out the gate, making it down this hill. That kill streak by IV is going to be ended by Evil Pancake, who is now on 2 kills. That possible streak ended by Sugar, but nobody on Acer following up on the objective. Finally, 2 do hop on. But that was something that Life was doing very well, is hopping on the cart immediately, or having somebody ready to hop on the objective. Sugar spots that dash trail, decides to reposition to the main rail, and prevents Iconic from getting behind that cart. But now, Life picking up rockets. Taser and F2P are down. Evil Pancake is down. IV going to try and protect that cart. Somebody on Acer finally following up, and IV had to go check. The thing's looking just a little bit frazzled by Acer. They are making a decent pace. Not quite as ideal as I would like to see, but decent. And still, they are able to make it to the objective, and no solid hold out of Life. We saw Acer struggling at about the same time to get something solidified in protecting this objective when they were red. and it's about this point where the tables turned. Life might be starting to get a hold here, but it seems like the disruption was working very well in favor of Acer at this point. As the cart moves under the SMG bridge, Life might only just now finally be able to set up with a full team wipe on Acer, who's going to be regrouping. Iconic going to push forward, looking for any kills in the world. 4 Acer players do go down. Sugar, the last man standing, taken out by Taser, and this disruption by Life is excellent. They took just a little bit too long, and a full team wipe for Life, preventing a forward push until Baron manages to sneak into the back line, and the rockets just dip. F2P is gone. Where are those rockets? Not there, that's for sure. Taser on the cart with the shield is going to be stacking, and this will be the real difference maker that might result in a pre-checkpoint with less than 2.5 minutes left on the clock. Will this cart stacking work in favor, or will that having one less player moving towards the front lines actually work against them? No, it's not Taser with the shield on cart. Taser just went down. I fully expected it to be Taser. Whoever was using the shield, I think it was Iconic, it looks like. Now gone down. Taser, good trade there in the health room. Baron going for those rockets, locked in. That is absolutely what you want to see out of a disruptor. He didn't get the kill, but he did force the rockets to move back out of position, and maybe next time he will end up getting that kill. Now it is Taser with the shield. Excellent cart stacking. There would have been a lot of movement by Acer despite those rockets and despite all those flanking pistol players, if not for that cart stack. Good headshot kill there by Baron. Now Acer, excuse me, is expecting those shields on cart, going to be aiming for the head. I'll be curious to see whether or not those shield players are going to be adjusting for that difference in approach, trying to just go for time, because a lot of these players are extremely accurate with their pistols. It can be hard even for a pretty decent shield player to overcome. Good flank on the rockets by Baron, but good, very good shield play out of Castle, actually winning that interaction with just one pistol and a shield, protecting his head. He knows those Acer players are going for those headshots, and this is the POV of a top-tier shield player, seeing absolutely nothing, but still able to affect absolutely everything. Very good hold there. That push out of Acer has been crushed, and Acer struggling to get something sorted. It is one death after another. Iconic, very patient, holding back there, not going to overextend or give away his position. Some good dancing out of Shout. Results in a double kill there. He is going to be taken out by rockets, or maybe Castle with the pistols. Another shield player following up on the part of Life. And less than 30 seconds on the clock for Acer to try and make it through. Acer just trying to keep the pressure up as best they can, but the spawn advantage is in favor of Life as we begin to pass the 15 seconds remaining mark. Castle staying next to the cart, and the shields repositioning to try and go for something a little bit more tricksy, where a player like Sugar might commit to the cart, not ready to fight a shield player, but Baron follows up, gets a kill there. Nobody left on Acer to follow up on the objective until Shout makes it a brief overtime.
And there it is.
Pre-checked Acer on the launch pad because of cart stacking. Very well done. Very well done. That was exciting.
All right. Here's your end scores.
93% to 33.
End scores coming at you right now.
Yeah, go ahead and read those off.
All right, so we got Evil Pancake coming out on top of Life. 77 kills, 60 deaths, 9,247 score. Over on Acer, we've got Hog Rider top scoring. We've got 64 kills, 62 deaths. And it looks like, yeah, Hog Rider and Sugar top killing on Acer. And Iconic with 89 kills, top killing overall.
Wow.
And it looks like somebody on Life dropped. It looks like they're going to do a swap out here.
We are going to be swapping to Domination after all, so I'm sure Life might have something slightly different with their roster. Maybe they're going to end up getting Willow in the lobby. Who knows?
A Willow appearance.
A wild Willow. Also, I would like to say, as far as percentages are concerned, the closest guess was Odd. Life 100%, Acer 40. Congratulations to Odd.
There you go.
You will be getting that Fallout 4 VR key. Well, Goose, what's next on the docket for the guessing giveaway for this next map?
Oh, all right. So we're gonna go on to Quarry. Now, Quarry, I really like Quarry because with Waterway, you're always going forward. With Volcano, you can either go forward towards B or to their base, or you can turn right and go towards your own base. Quarry kind of splits the difference with those, and you can always go through the basement in Quarry, the cave area. So I actually really like Quarry, and I'm excited to see this. What are some secrets to Quarry that you know of?
I think you hit the nail right on the head before I get into that. The thing that a lot of people dislike Quarry for, in pub matches at least, that I really like in general, but especially for league matches, is the some amount of open-endedness. You described Waterways pretty straightforward. It's because everybody can see everybody else everywhere all of the time. Meanwhile, on Volcano, there's routes left, right, and center every which way. It is very difficult to decide where to go as a team and as an individual. Meanwhile, Quarry splits the difference. Like you said, it's got 2 paths, and it's got a decent amount of different entrances towards the main path, towards the B button. But that tunnel route is kind of something that you consistently have to consider. It may not be something that you, for your team's strategy, seriously, like, put your whole team through as, like, your main route to get to the enemy base, because you're missing out on the B button in the meantime, despite how much of a shorter route it is to go underground. But you can't ignore it, because if you ignore it, the other team is certainly going to notice that and make use of it. You always want to send at least 1 to 2 players through, and it's just a matter of where do you put your 5th player. 2 through B, 2 through tunnel. Where does that 5th player end up going? Or do you just have one person trying to hold back the tide of enemy forces moving through that tunnel, and everybody else is prioritized towards trying to gather some sort of hold and readiness for a forward push through B, and try and spawn camp the enemy from there? Because the reality of the situation is, all you gotta do, get 3 scores and you win. So, I know the map has started, but I'm going to give you all a chance to start your guessing now. What do you think the score is going to be? And also leave a time. Get those guesses in very quickly. We will stop the guessing very soon. An opener here, Iconic, very aggressive. Life starting a countdown already. Many AESR players do go down.
Wow!
Live first point for Life.
That was quick.
Goodness. That was a quick score.
3, 2, 1, go.
We head into the next point. The opener has begun. We're going to stop the guessing very soon. Iconic rushing straight into the enemy base. Evil Pancake has gone down for Life. And Willow has as well. It is only F2P, Iconic, and Castle left alive for Life. AESR starting to get some amount of control of their base, although Castle is still alive, causing a bit of a disruption. And AESR hanging on by a thread with control of that B button and not allowing the rest of Life to push forward past B. Baron, now able to make it into Life's base for a change, is going to force them to turn around. That was an excellent opener on the part of Life, but it seems like that opener really was an important, like, catch you with your pants down type of strategy there, as AESR is beginning to adapt. I'm going to stop the guessing now. F2P moving through that tunnel very consistently, does not have the opportunity to grab that dash. He knew he was going to be pressured by Sugar, who does manage to take him out and is now going to be waiting for the tunnel dash. Grabs it. Something happening with his head shaking there. Now battling it out with F2P, supported by a teammate, moves up solo, trades with Castle, but his teammate might have the chance to follow up. A lot of pressure on Life, but no control of B on the part of AESR. Sugar grabs that dash, takes out Iconic while he's looking the other way. Double kill for Sugar, taking out Iconic and Evil Pancake. the two top killers for life at this moment in time, and now going to be holding things down on B. What is going on with this? You're seeing this too, right, Goose? It's not just me.
Yes.
Going crazy. Is that something that Sugar is perceiving too? I feel so bad for him.
I have no idea.
But Ivy does take him out. The student has become the master. And the countdown for life, trying to get that second point. Baron does get a last second counter, but a lot of life players left alive here in Acer's base. Good kills out of Ivy, good dancing around the button as well. And Acer manages to hold things down. Ivy going for the kill on B, trying to allow his teammates a chance to follow up. Evil Pancake does take him out, but is one of only 2 life players left alive on the B button. Now moving out of that business as many of the Acer players begin to flood in, going to flank them from behind, relying on the rest of his teammates to try and get out of their base. But right now, Evil Pancake's the only life player who's out of their own base. Acer is putting so much pressure through that tunnel. Like I mentioned earlier, if you don't lock down that tunnel with good enough players or enough number of players, the enemy team can really try and punish that. Baron taking out F2P despite his insane dash dancing and continuing to turn around because Life has managed so many times to get just that one key player behind and flank and get many kills through a flank. As far as kills are concerned, Iconic top killing for Life with 13 kills and 8 deaths. Sugar top killing for Acer with 13 kills and 8 deaths. Going head to head here. Baron not going to get a dash out of that interaction, but Acer maintains control of B and waiting to charge up those dashes. And now it is go time for Acer to try and get their first countdown, but something is wrong with Baron at the key moment.
Oh,
he
no.
lags out and he gets taken out. Oh no! What unfortunate timing for Baron, who is now disconnected. This is a power play if I've ever seen one. Right as Acer was about to go and get a countdown and maybe get a point, he goes down Life, getting a countdown while Acer only has 4 players. Second point for Life. Ivy, Hog Rider,
man.
Sugar taken out. Unfortunate timing there. Can Acer hold on long enough for Iconic or some other player to come in and replace them? That is the question on my mind. That is the question that should be on everyone else's mind. Or will Life be able to rush this opener and flood Acer's base and end this third map and this finals early? A countdown for Life, but F2P and Evil Pancake are both taken out. Willow has been skipped and now has to turn back around and try and win the fight on B. Does take out Ivy, the master, taking out the student once again. If you don't know, Willow was a tutor for Shout and F2P in the ways of the Hyperdashing along with many other players, and now they are versing each other here. 3 life players gone down. Willow was going to try and support for a countdown, but Acer had Life's button as well as their own. Another countdown for Life. Sugar just barely taking out that last life player and moving in. It looks like that replacement has come back. Baron no longer out of the map. Life still getting that point. That's brutal timing. Acer has to work extra hard just to tie things up. We are 6 minutes into this match. Life getting another countdown. Another countdown. 2 seconds left. Good button holds there. Oh my gosh. IV flipping the button at the one moment it wasn't being held. Life has been very good about holding that button, but players like IV especially, many of the players on Acer, but IV especially, have seemed to be excellent at reaching for that button and getting that counter and that reset of the clock and respawn of the teammates at just the right moment, which is exactly what you want on defense. Baron was originally going to turn around, ends up seeing that Iconic was not taken out, and ends up turning around for him. The rest of Life going to follow up on B. Willow, last man standing on the B button, currently about to be pressured here by Baron, who takes him out. Now moving into the B button, taken out by Iconic, does not seem to be shooting back there. Maybe he didn't realize he was being shot at from such a high angle. Iconic playing around that health pickup. Hog Rider takes him out, turns back to the B button. He realizes it was taken, but I don't think his position has been compromised just yet, so he's going to go for the pickups and try and waste the time of EP. if not be able to kill him. Life does get control of B button, is going to start the forward pressure from B. Evil Pancake starts the countdown, the doom clock, but Hog Rider able to take him out while he was looking back towards the button. Good timing there. Castle following up, but I don't think this is going to turn into any sort of countdown. No, it is not. Acer has their button once again. Good kill on F2P as well. Good post dash by Sugar. F2P crazy with the dashing, but sometimes it goes against him. Sometimes he is not careful enough in his positioning. Sugar! Oh, we saw that in the bottom right side of the screen that Castle was looking to take that dash, and Sugar, meanwhile, must have been listening to some music or something else. Did not hear Castle right there around that corner. That's a note for y'all that the sound cues are important in this game, and many players holding the button on the part of Life. Sugar not quite able to get the counter. Life wins!
Wow.
Life wins Map 3 and wins Season 8 of Dash League for the Dasher tier.
All right, here's your ending scores coming at you right now. All right, so we've got Iconic top scoring on Life with 31 kills, 16 deaths. Over on Acer, we've got Shout with 11 kills, 24 deaths. And it looks like Iconic is top scoring, or top killing, I should say. And top scoring for...
And top scoring for his team.
Yes. And Life wins 3-0.
3-0. So let's take a look at the guesses. Okay. So we do have 2 3-0 guesses, but only one of them guessed a time. Congratulations to Texadile
Yes.
for winning. Congratulations. We'll be in contact with the winners later. But hold on, there is still some more giveaways left to do. We still have several items. Do you have that list with you, Goose?
Yes.
No, you can take a second to look for it. We do have some remaining items that we will be collecting a pool of names. We'll give a brief period of time for you to say Dash League in all caps in the chat. Once the message to start saying Dash League and stop saying Dash League has happened, we'll put names on a wheel, and we'll put that wheel up on the screen for y'all, rolling for these multiple items to be given away. That same pool of names, you will not be allowed to win multiple times. So if you've already won an item, you'll not be included on this wheel, but this wheel spinning will be for each of these items.
All right, let's go ahead and get us over to our endgame talk while we get that going.
Sure thing.
All right. All right. So, Life taking
Waiting here.
the win.
Yeah.
And-
That was crazy.
It was.
To be
It was. I was honestly expecting a more even match.
Yeah. I think there were a couple points that really made the huge difference. Like skill, obviously. Individual skill is so important in this game, and everybody knows it. It's the most obvious thing that makes a difference. That individual skill is very important. If you get more kills, you're pretty much always going to win. But that's not everything. Even at this top tier, even with these very stacked, very skilled teams, the organization and the application of that skill is what really sets teams apart. The application of that skill is what Life did much better, especially on the payloads. You saw that the domination had several countdowns, several moments of advantage for Acer. And meanwhile, on the payloads, Acer had some strong pushes, some promising holds, but Life was able to keep at it in pushing the payload and in stacking the cart when they were red in a way that Acer was just not seemingly able to replicate. We saw some consistency in the rolls and in the ability for everybody on Life to follow up on the cart on the objective, and that really, at least in this commentator's opinion, made the difference more than any one thing here. But we have Shout here in the VC. First of all, can I say congratulations for top scoring on that Quarry. That was a wild Quarry.
Thank you. Thank you, very much.
You're a button pusher main, is that right?
I try my best. When I can't frag, I just do what I can, so.
And your brother also had some really key moments in countering during that Quarry. That was something I pointed out too.
No, he's been putting in a lot of work individually. If I were to look back and season 4, 5, 6, anytime before that, it's completely unrecognizable how much work he's done, and he just looks really, really good as a player right now.
So go ahead and let's talk about that canyon first, if you have a moment. What was going through y'all's head after it was, reset and y'all had the proper colors and everybody was ready?
Right.
What was going through your head after that initial opener? Once you started to get into the flow of the game.
The biggest things that I've been trying to put through the team's heads is just the space we're taking and what we're doing with that space, what we're giving up, etc., etc. So I was just really focused, both as the coach who's been drilling that into them and as the IGL for the match, just really focused on making sure we're doing what we can to deny them space and take space of our own, control resources, stuff like that. So that's what I was really focused on. Obviously, it wasn't fragging, if you can tell.
Yeah. And,
Not Gollum. Do we want to take a pause really quick and start the next giveaway?
Sure. I
Do I
was
get
just going
to
to
win
say that you'll be included in the prize wheel. And Shout, you know what? If you get into the comments, if you get onto the stream, you can be included in this too. You'll be included in the prize wheel.
I'll let those crazy kids have their fun.
All caps.
I'll let those crazy kids have their fun.
Trying to get to there we go. Okay, so what have we given away so far? We've given away the Fallout 4 key, the Breacher's key. Do we want to give away a Veil key next?
Sure.
All right.
Let's give away that Veil key. That is going to be for Quest or for Steam VR. Quest or Steam VR. So both types of VR users can be included here. You will not be included multiple times for saying Dash League multiple times. Snarbles, I'm sorry. Oh no, it looks like you were just misspelling it. Okay, you're funny. At least you said it correctly.
All right, and let's keep talking as I'm getting this wheel set up, and then
That's
we
right.
can go from there.
Yeah. Riding on the. So, Shout. Life seemed to really be emphasizing stacking that part, and I think you, I'm assuming you might have expected this going into Canyon, that F2P was going to be the Rocketeer. Is that right?
Right. We didn't do a lot of anti-stratting though. We've just been trying to develop our own gameplay. But we did anticipate he would be rocketeering.
Fair enough. And did you have any particular player who was dedicated to Rocketeer disruption? Seemed like Baron for Launchpad was dedicated to that role, or at least ended up very good at it.
We were just kind of doing what we can. We really wanted to prioritize just being a dominant force with presence, because previously in our past matches against them, that was something we lacked. We were very individual. Everything was a 1v whatever, and on the contrary, Life was very, very good about moving together and being an overwhelming wave that's just pushing back or stuff like that. So we kind of just focused more on taking space as a team and not really sending one person to splinter off from the group and control rockets. That would be after we control that space, but with how much happened in that match, it was just kind of hard to get that set up and get to that point. So we were still kind of stuck in stage 1 where we were trying to, gain some ground as a team and actually get a group up kind of further ahead by Mars.
Oh, for sure. Even for a very skilled and very experienced team, that's a hard thing, an easy thing to say, and a difficult thing to actually make happen in the
Right.
intensity of the moment.
Right.
Thinking back to several moments on both of those payloads, you saw some very good inklings of that building up, where you clear out an area. Especially, I'm thinking some of the later holds on Launchpad looked very strong from an organizational standpoint, from a rolling force, as I think you described it, standpoint. But it could be difficult to overcome that firepower and that long range accuracy, especially of players like Evil Pancake, for example, or Castle. And when you went into the Quarry, did you have any particular strategy in mind? Did you have some sort of like dedicated
We
some
were
plan basically going into
we
the Quarry
were
before that
initially
opener happened?
initially we were just gonna do our bread and butter, what we usually do on Quarry. Send our people where their strength is, and making sure we're split between tunnel B, stuff like that. And then that opener happened, and I saw, because someone commented like, "Oh, they're putting a lot of pressure here." So I said, "Okay, we're gonna reroute. We're all gonna go here, and then we'll focus on clearing out afterwards." Which seemed to work because we didn't get completely smoked on the opener like we did on the first point. And we were kind of held it for a bit, but we just didn't have the. I believe a lot of it was just a lack of confidence in the moves that we were making. Like we weren't like. It's definitely different in Dasher or any finals when you're playing against equally skilled opponents that are like super mechanically skilled. They know what they're doing, and like in pubs, you can be like playing super confidently and just kind of letting it fly. And I feel like honestly, that was the key variable that we were kind of missing here, is just to kind of be a bit more confident in what we were doing. Seeing as trying to be super structured and very stiff kind of didn't work out for us every time we faced life. So I think that could have been something to kind of maybe throw a little wrench in what they were planning.
Fair enough. I agree with you about the confidence point. I think it can be a little bit underrated how important having a plan and like a personal moment-to-moment plan, rather,
Right.
To have the confidence to execute that plan can really help with how you subconsciously or consciously might position yourself, or how accurate you might be as well, if you're not thinking about a million other things at the same time, like that rigidity that you're speaking of. Some of that can be either like just a microsecond of decision paralysis that ends up making a difference because you're thinking about trying to be in the right place or do the right thing, and with such a fast-paced game, you got to be ready for that ahead of time.
Absolutely,
So
I agree.
that's a fair point. Hey Castle, welcome in.
Guys.
Hey.
Hello.
Oh, I gotta adjust your volume here.
I guess he's still sorting his microphone
That's good.
situation, but just want to say congratulations on
Thank you,
the
thank you.
win.
Thank you. Very excited. Oh, I mean, after like the disappointing result of last season, it feels so good to like be able to come back and get the W this season. And I mean, we had this like, same four from last season for the last map, and it was like it's like a redemption arc for us.
I apologize. I think my earbuds have died. I can't hear anything now.
Uh-oh.
Oh. But yeah.
So while we wait for
There we go. I just
hey,
switched
there
out,
we
but
go.
I'm back. I'm back.
Not Gollum, do you wanna get those names so that I can put them in the wheel?
Yes.
Great.
Leave me a moment. So
Yeah.
while I collect those names, Castle, I want you to talk about a little bit of the plan of action. Well, first of all, Castle, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. I want you to talk a little bit about
More
your plan
importantly,
of
can
action.
you hear me?
I can hear you too. Finally, your plan of action for your team going into the payloads.
I mean, we essentially took our ideas from throughout the season that we refined over multiple sprints, and then we just did it on steroids. So there there was actually not too much discussion because we've had this very similar game plan. And if you watch previous maps, we've tried to incorporate a little bit. We full committed. We did. I guess I can talk about it a little bit. We did like a lot of like aggression, kind of boosting off of cart. We did a lot of focus on certain like areas in the map. We could have focused a little bit more on some cart focus. I know we dropped the ball. I got yelled at by some of my deep house. But I mean, it went pretty smoothly. There wasn't too much I could there's not too much I would nitpick.
From like an analytical coaching perspective, your canyon is very, very strong. Like just the amount of presence and pressure you like as a team like give off, it's really strong. So obviously you've been practicing that, refining that, so very nice job on that.
Thank you. It's been a lot of, I mean, all of our players are vets, so they've had so many seasons playing. So it was really just about like finding like what the right role for them was. So did a little bit of tweaking, you know, got iconic F2P on Rockets, Pancake, really pushed up there. I put F2P up in the forward line, Taser and I with that heart defense. So it was, just refining that. So.
And
All
I
right.
DM'd those names.
Yes. Do we want to do that right now?
Sure, why not?
All right.
If you've got those names up.
Yeah, here we go. All right,
So
viewers out there.
Remind people which VR key it is for.
Oh, yes, this is for Veil.
This is the Veil one.
Whether you're on Steam or Oculus, you can pick either one. So, Are we ready?
Ready, Freddy.
All right, here we go. Oh. Minty with 2 Ys. You win.
Congratulations, Minty.
All right.
All right.
Well, do we also want to give away a sticker pack to another person on this wheel?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, I'll take...
Are you able to... There you go.
Yeah. All right,
Get 'em
here we
off the
go.
list.
Next up is a sticker pack. Who's going to win the sticker pack? Oh.
Whoa!
Lilu.
Lazarus.
Stuck at
Not
Lazarus.
going to get it. Congratulations, Lilu. There's your sticker pack.
All right.
And we also have some 3D prints to give away.
Ooh.
Those are 3D printed pistols, I believe, from
All right.
The Hyperdash game.
Yes. Do we want to do that? Hold on. Let's see how many people we still have on the stream. Oh, we still have 19 people, so we can go ahead and
Okay.
give those away. So let's open it back up and do another comment.
Mhm.
All right, guys. Well, I gotta head out.
All right.
Thanks for casting. I appreciate all
Yeah,
the work
no
you guys did
problem.
this season. So
Dude,
have
Castle.
a good one, guys. Oh, what's up?
Oh, I just said see ya.
See you then.
All right. So if you want to win those 3D printed Hyperdash
And
pistols,
remember, if you've already won something this cast, you can't win something else.
yes, you can't win another prize if you've already won. Also,
This
just a reminder.
This is for 3D prints.
Yes, and you have to be in the United States to win. We can't ship overseas, unfortunately. But if you do end up winning and you've already commented, we can give you another prize like the sticker sheets. Crusader says he needs another pistol so he can dual wield. Now, I'm not 100% sure. Are these life size or are they little miniatures?
They are life size. They are.
Wow.
They are one of the.
I need,
the
I need
few
to
guns.
I need to make my setup symmetrical.
Odd says he wants this one. So actually, let's go ahead and just give them both away if that's cool with you guys. We'll just pick 2 names.
Yes.
And then we'll go ahead
Michelle.
and end off the cast with that.
I'm collecting that list of names.
All right.
currently.
Oh no, Leilu. Oh, Leilu already won, so.
Yeah, get
come
out of
on,
here. You
poor
already got
Leilu.
your sticker packs. Okay, and there's the list. Don't get it confused with the first list I sent.
Yeah, I got you.
There we go.
All right. Let's get this wheel back up here. All right, here we go. We're giving away 2 pistols. 2 pistols. Here we go for the first one. Oh! Congratulations,
No.
Odd.
Odd. Come on, Odd.
Odd wins a pistol. 3D printed after all these years, he says. All right, and now the second pistol. Here we go. Who's going to win the second one?
Please. No.
Brisk wins.
Rigged
Very
ass
cool.
league.
All right, y'all. Well, if you have won any prize during this cast, message me or message Willow on Discord, and we will get you those prizes. And yeah. So
Yeah.
thank you all for joining us. This was a lot of fun. This is my first cast back in a while, so I was excited to do this. Knockgolem, do you have any last minute comments on this?
Just thank you all for a wonderful season. And be sure to give thanks and appreciation to everybody in the community who works hard to make this a great place. Not just the casters and commentators who, of course, me included, but I guess people like Goose can also be appreciated, deserve praise, but also those more in the background working on coordinating things, or everybody who's just a general positive influence in the community. It never hurts to give those people praise and appreciation, to show that you love what they do, because we love this league and this game so much. So thank you all for watching. Be sure to check out the results of the other matches. Those casts are posted, possibly still live now. Who can tell? You'll only know by going to watch. Thank you all for coming.
Yeah, absolutely. Shout, do you have anything to say before we let everybody go?
Not really.
All right.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'd like to sign off the way that I always do. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is. It's Dash League time, baby. We hope you enjoyed this cast of the Grand Finals. And we will see you next season. There is a finals match happening tomorrow, so we'll see that too. But we will see you next season over on DLN. Until next time, I've been Goose. Have a great time. Bye now.
Bye.